I have a bone to pick. I have a bone to pick with the whole law talk community. I'm talking to the attorney starers. I'm talking to the Esquires. I'm talking to the Miss Jeffersons. I need to know, where was y'all antennas when Karen Reed was going on? Where was y'all antennas when Karen Reed was going on? Because I have went down a rabbit hole courtesy of I am not a lawyer, but this is all her fault. So if y'all got any problems, y'all need to go on over there and talk to her about it. I have went down a rabbit hole of this Karen Reed trial, and baby, if you thought YSL was messy, Karen Reed got me fumbling and bubbling. I'm ready to move some furniture. It is tripping me out. I feel like I say this about every trial I watch. I have never seen anything like this, okay? It is crazy what's going on down there. It's a reason why I never wanted to be from one of them little small podunk, ho dunk, 20,000 people towns, because anytime you move to a town, well, the sheriff is married to the law clerk, and her brother-in-law is the judge, and the judge, uncle, brother, cousin runs the post office, and the post office man is married to the lady that owned the grocery store. It's gonna be some shit in the game, and if you not from in there, it's not gonna be good for you. I'm gonna need y'all to get on y'all Zoom. I'm gonna need you to get on y'all Zoom. I'm gonna need full breakdown and analysis before the next trial starts, if you will. I would like y'all to talk about every single witness and describe and deliberate on why it's going crazy. I need all of that. And I'm going to need that in the next 5 business days. Please and thank you. Have a good day. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting because while I have not finished the trial, I can't see myself coming to this conclusion. I can't see myself coming to this conclusion because if I come to that conclusion, I have so many more questions. Mainly timeline questions. You mean to tell me she hit this man, left him there, and nobody saw him? With all the comings and the goings and the comings and the goings? I don't know. This is interesting. I gotta get deeper into this. I have to get deeper into this Karen Reed trial, but I also need to know, what do you mean by she is so guilty? Do you mean that you think she did it? Or do you mean that she should have been found guilty? Because those are two different things. And I need to know which side of the fence are we on? What are we talking about here? All right, y'all, I'm back. I am on day 10 of the Karen Reed trial. I believe Albert Sr. is on the witness stand right now. He is under cross-examination. And I'm going to need y'all, Karen Reed is absolutely guilty, people. I need y'all to come to the front of the congregation, because I want to pick y'all brain and I want to know how y'all got to where y'all are. Because right now, Mr. Albert Sr. has been caught in no less than 10, we're going to call them fabrications. I'm not going to say he's a liar. I'm going to say that he said one thing and something else happened. So listen, far be it for me to call this man a liar. But I'm just saying, as a watcher of just the trial, I have not been down the blogosphere. Y'all keep telling me to go. I have not read this and read that. I am literally watching the trial just like the jury is. And I will tell you right now, if I was a juror, having sat in this trial for 10 days, the prosecution would have so many hurdles to jump over before they could get me to say guilty. And they may jump over them. Because I think this trial lasted, like 30 days or something. I'm on day 10. They may get over them. I'm saying right now at day 10, I would be waiting. I would be waiting on pins and needles because I have so many questions. Specifically, the Alberts are an interesting bunch. they're an interesting bunch, right? Because, okay, the prosecution theory is that she hit him with her car outside the Albert's home and left him there. While a whole gaggle of people are inside the Albert's home, drinking, talking, playing, blah, 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 who knows? Everybody leaves the Albert home and nobody sees this man on the curb. And it doesn't look like it's a hidden curb. It doesn't look like there's bushes. It doesn't look like anything is happening why they should not have been able to see him. And I live in Michigan and it snows. And it snows pretty hard during those times we get a lot of snow, especially at night is when we get the most snow from those times from 10 to 4 in the morning. That's when the snow falls. But I can guarantee you this. Enough snow does not fall from 12 to 2 to cover a body. I feel like if I'm leaving your home and I've been there for a couple hours and somebody got hit and left on the curb a couple hours before, I'm probably going to see that body, and I need glasses. I usually can't see my hand in front of my face, but I feel like I'll see a body on the ground. All right, but y'all didn't. Okay, let's give y'all that. Y'all didn't. They get back to the house. There's police cars. There's ladies screaming. There's ambulances. There's all this stuff going on, and y'all don't peek out the window and say, "Hey, what's going on out there?" Y'all don't hear none of this? Do y'all got soundproof windows? Do y'all have blackout shades? Don't y'all got a dog? The dog not barking? The dog not seeing what the heck? I mean, I'll give y'all that y'all was drunk. Let's give y'all drunk. Y'all don't hear any of this. Okay, great. But then when the sister comes running in the house, y'all don't go outside? What's going on? Who? He was supposed to come here tonight. He never made it. All right. Okay. That just doesn't happen. All right. Then let's say the defense is saying, clearly claiming that we haven't seen it yet. They have not submitted it into evidence how he died or when he died. But it seems like they're insinuating that he was attacked by the dog. The dog that y'all got rid of after y'all had for 6-7 years. All of a sudden the dog's gone. Okay. Y'all done lived in this house forever, and all of a sudden the house is sold. Okay. One coincidence, and it's just like, hey, shit happens like that sometimes. Sometimes it's just 2. All right, yeah, you know, it's whatever. 3, 4, 5, and it looked like a fly is in the milk. And what I don't understand is, if y'all are so sure that she's guilty, then why the cover up? Because what y'all have to admit, whether y'all think she did it or not, is that they are covering up something. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep watching because I want to know. I want to know how y'all got there. I need to know. Okay, I am back. I am on day 15. And again, I have a question for the Karen Reed is absolutely guilty people. Is y'all cool? Is y'all cool? Because I was on day 10 and y'all are under them comments going ham. She's guilty, she's guilty, she's guilty. And y'all knew that I still had the testimony of Colin, Matt, and Jen McCabe. Is y'all cool? Is y'all cool? I'm on day 15. I have not finished with Jen's cross-examination, but I tell you this, I know for shit show that woman had something to do with it. And if she didn't, she's the kingpin of the cover-up. Okay? Of course, I'm only on day 15, so maybe some bombshell is coming that I have not seen yet. But so far, you cannot convince me that Jen McCabe is not the queen of the cover-up. And so is and that son, Colin, he has something to do with it too. You cannot convince me because so far those two have been the most abrasive. And here is the thing. Here's the thing. If you did nothing, if you did absolutely nothing but find a man dead in the snow, Why the evasiveness? Why won't they just answer a question? Why won't they just say yes, no, no, yes? Why are y'all trying to distance yourself from everything? And Colin got up there and acted like he couldn't remember his last name. I don't remember. I don't recall. I don't remember. I don't recall. About stuff you absolutely should remember. Because you remember very clearly the details that exonerate you, and everything else, you have no idea. You can't even guess. Is y'all cool? Is y'all cool? Because Jen McCabe gets up there, and now all of a sudden she said, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. But 15 other times, you never said that? And your response to that is, well, I was answering the questions I was asked. Well, ma'am, can you do that now? Can you do that now? Is it possible that you could just answer the questions you're asked now? Because it seemed like you're doing everything but. And again, if you did nothing, why not? Why the evasiveness? Why won't y'all say, yes, we was talking about it. We talked about it 17,000 times. Yeah, I called her because we was gossiping about it. I found a man dead in front of my in-laws' house. Yes, I was talking about it. Why are y'all like, no, I don't know. I never talked about it again. We never talked about it in our life. Excuse me? Excuse me? Let me tell you, the Karen Reed trial got it all going on. And I need to finish Jen. I am locked. Okay. I watch this trial everywhere I go. I watched it in the grocery store yesterday. I watch it when I'm driving because I am hooked. Because I cannot believe this. That little group, it seems like all of them got something they are hiding. And y'all didn't tell me Brian Albert got rid of his phone the day before they told him to hold on to it. Is y'all cool? Is y'all cool? Like, one coincidence, maybe. Two coincidences, okay. There is too many coincidences for these people not to have something to do with it. And they're all very intimately intertwined. Except, you know who wasn't intertwined? Karen and John. They seem like they are the outsiders of this bunch. And it just so happened that John is dead and Karen did it. And all of y'all is sister, brother, cousin, uncles, in-laws, friends for 20 years. All y'all went to high school. Like, y'all not, is y'all cool? Is y'all cool? I'm going to keep watching, though. I'm going to keep watching because I'm waiting on the bombshell to drop for me to say, guilty, she's guilty like y'all are. Because I still haven't got there. I'm on day 15. I hope it's coming. Yes, I'm still in the bed. I'm hungover. Y'all, we all have, I can't even speak because I'm so thrown by this. Y'all telling me that this lady got up on this stand in front of the nation and said that her phone butt dialed this man 15 times? Do you know how a butt dial work? Your phone accidentally calls somebody, and if they don't answer, it goes to their voicemail, and the only time it'll hang up is the voicemail get too long, so their phone hangs up, which makes your phone hang up, and then your phone locks. There is no way on God's green earth you butt dialed him 15 times and he don't have 15 voicemails. They was looking for that phone. I'm telling y'all, Jen is the queen. I just be wondering, when people go on the stand, do they think they look good? Or do they not care? Do you think you're coming off as likable and believable? 15 butt dials? You need a new phone, honey. You need to throw that one away. You need a new phone because it's broken. Something is wrong. 15? Stop playing with me. Are y'all serious? Are y'all serious with this? Is this real life? I am on Brian Higgins' cross-examination, and I literally had to just turn it off. I don't think I can take any more tonight. I had to turn it off because I can't believe this is life. I cannot believe this is life. One thing that gets on my nerves more than anything in the world is when people insult my intelligence. I cannot stand for someone to lie to my face with a straight face, and they know that I know that they lying. And they don't care. Let me tell you something. Everybody in Canton, Massachusetts needs to all round up y'all phones. Y'all need to take them to the AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, wherever y'all got y'all phones from. Throw them at the wall and burn them. Because everybody's phone in Canton clearly has a ghost in the machine. I have never seen people's asses talk to each other as much as the people in Canton, Massachusetts. If I hear butt dial one more time, nobody in the history of the world butt dials people as much as the people in Canton, Massachusetts. And you know that I know that you know that I know you lying, and you still get on the stand and tell that bold-faced lie. When that man said butt dial, I lost my mind. I had to turn it off because I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. This woman is on trial for her life. And everybody seems to have iRobots in their phone. This is the witnesses you have. This man is the biggest liar I've ever seen in my life. And this man is also a police officer, which makes this very scary. What did they do to that man? What did they do to that man? Because I am on, I think this is day 17 when we get to Brian Higgins. And the prosecution still has not presented its case on what they think happened to him and how they think she did it. All I have seen is a bunch of liars whose asses keep calling each other. I need to take a break. He didn't drove me to drink. I'm about to go. I was hungover this morning, and I need to get another one because I'm losing my mind. I'm losing it. All right. All right, so I want to be clear. When I first started watching this trial, I was firmly undetermined. I hadn't heard of Kieran Reed. I hadn't heard of John O'Keefe. I had not heard of Canton, Massachusetts. I have not heard of any of these people. And as I watched the trial, I still try to remain very neutral. And now I'm at the end of day 17. Brian Higgins is still on the stand. And we just learned that not only, does everybody in Canton, Massachusetts have a ghost in their machine, but they also all decide they need a new one right after a man turns up dead. You have got to be kidding me. I tried to stay neutral. I really did. I tried to let the whole case play out. As of right now, day 17, I am firmly on the side of free Kieran Reed. The cognitive dissonance you have to have all of this evidence presented to you and still believe that this lady should be in prison is actually scary. It actually makes me scared that I have to walk among people who are able to disregard facts like that. Because I will say it in every video. I think I'm going to say it in every video. If you did nothing but find a man dead, why the lies? Why won't you answer the questions that are asked? Why can't y'all remember anything? Are y'all just around friends dying in the snow so often that it doesn't leave an imprint on your brain? Brian Higgins is probably the worst prosecution witness so far. I thought Jim McCabe had taken that crown. That's just because I hadn't got far enough. So far, Brian Higgins is the worst witness they had. And I feel like the only reason they called him is because they needed to smear Karen with those text messages. They needed to make her look like her and John weren't so great. And then it didn't do that. It didn't do that because you also presented that she thought John had cheated on her too. So it looked like she was just trying to get a little get back. I don't know why she was trying to do it with Mr. Thick Neck over there. But to each his own. But the way that man sits on that stand and bold-faced lies is terrifying. Terrifying. I am firmly, right now, at the end of day 17, firmly on the free Karen Reed train. There is no other way justice is served besides letting that woman go. Justice is not served by this being the evidence against her. I'm still watching, y'all, but I swear I'm in my wit's end. I know Karen wants to stand up and scream every day she has to sit and listen to them. She's a strong woman, because I probably would have been bound and gagged a long time ago, because I would not have been able to do it. I would not have been able to do it. Now, y'all just wait one goddamn minute. I just scooted on over to day 18 while I finished up my report, and I hear in my pretty little ear that this man just say, I put the phone in one bag, and then I put the SIM card in another bag, and then I put both those bags in my car and drove them to an army base and threw them away. I'm about ready to take a drive down to Canton, Massachusetts. You know what? I always wanted to get a degree in psychology before I went to law school. So I took a couple classes, and I think I might need to go down there and talk to some folks, because there is some mental health issues percolating all up and through there. Because there is no way you are going to tell me, Prosecutor Lally, whatever your name is, you got this information and you said, yeah, let's take that to trial. Seems like a winner. Are we in the Twilight Zone? Is y'all cool? All right, so this person has been all up and through my comments, getting on my nerves. I don't know which one of the McAlberts this is, but that's the point. It'd be so crazy how people be trying to make a point and then they prove your point. That's the point. When's the last time you had a defendant demand phone records from people not involved? That's the point. That's the point. If you thought you weren't involved, then why do you need to put your phone in one bag and your SIM card in another bag and drive it to an army base to put it in the trash? That's the point. If you're not involved, why won't you answer questions like, did you talk to Brian Albert? Did you talk to Colin Albert? Did you talk to this person? Did you talk to that person? Why wouldn't you say, yeah, they're my friends. They had something traumatic happen to them. I went to this police station to find out what was going on because, I got access. That's what a friend would do. It's like you tripping over yourself to prove a point. and then you're proving mine. Go eat family dinner with either the Alberts or the McCabe's and get up out of my comments, because let me tell you something, I'm not the one, the two, or the three. Okay? I watched Trooper Proctor. And this is going to be a long video, so just buckle in. A professor of mine in law school said something to us on our very first day of criminal law. And he said, the yardstick by which we measure our ability to deprive someone of their life, their liberty, and their happiness is we decide that you have committed the crime you are accused of beyond each and every reasonable doubt. And I remember that I've been out of law school 10 years. People heard me say that I'm team free Karen Reed, and I am. But I think people heard me say that, and they twisted it in their mind to me saying that I think she didn't do it. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. What I mean when I say free Karen Reed is the state of Massachusetts has not proven to me, and I'm on day 25. I am listening to the direct examination of Trooper Paul. I'm on day 25. And I still have not heard how this lady was supposed to have killed this man, or even how he died. And because they have not proven that to me beyond a reasonable doubt, it has to be free Karen Reed. And just when I thought we couldn't get any worse than Brian Higgins, here comes Trooper Proctor. When I watched Trooper Proctor's testimony, I needed a day. I needed a day because I had to watch it twice. Because I found myself the first time being in such shock that I wasn't processing it all the way. So I had to watch it again. The Karen Reed is guilty, people. The Karen Reed should go to prison, people. I really want to talk to one of them. Because either you have to decide that you are okay with the most fumbling, bumbling, Barney Fife, ridiculous, disrespectful police investigative state agency in the country. Or you have to say that there is reasonable doubt in this case and she should not be found guilty. It cannot be both. It cannot be both. Trooper Proctor has to be the most disgusting, vile, inept, idiotic, ridiculous, Beavis and Butthead adjacent man I have ever seen in my life. There's something very sinister about a person who can look you in your face, straight-faced, and lie. But there is something evil about a person who can look you in your face, straight-faced, and lie, even after you have shown them the proof of their lie. They maintain the lie. What do you do with that type of person? Because I'm afraid. Could you imagine looking outside and seeing that it's sunny and having someone walk up to you with a straight face and go, it's raining outside? And you look out and you say, no, it's a sunny day, look. And they go, no, it's raining. Would you not be in fear for your life? I would be petrified. This man was the lead investigator. And he has the ability to stand up straight with his shoulders high and flat out fucking lie. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. And the fact that he kept wanting to throw out the fact that he doesn't have any complaints against him, I know he wanted that to be a check on his jacket, but it's actually more terrifying, because who would report anything against you if this is the state of affairs at the Massachusetts State Police? I'm sure somebody wanted to make a complaint against you, but then they gotta go in there with you and your bosses who enable you to be a dickhead. He was texting ridiculous, disrespectful, egregious things to his bosses, and none of them said, hey, we're not doing that. A cop is dead. Follow the facts. Nobody did that. Everybody laughed. Everybody snickered. In 16 hours, after only talking to the other people who are all related, they decided that Kieran Reed was the culprit. What type of investigation is this? If I lived in Massachusetts, where the state police were in charge of homicide investigations, I would get the fuck out immediately. If your name is not Albert or McCabe, I will pack my bags tomorrow. The way that man sat up there and lied about even knowing them. Are you insane? Are you insane? I'm at a loss for words, because if you follow me long enough, you'll hear me say multiple times, that's not the normal flow of conversation. That's not the normal way people communicate. The question to him in the grand jury was, do you know or have a relationship with either the Alberts or the McCabes? And his response was no. That is a lie. And then he gets in this courthouse and says, well, I meant no, I don't know the Alberts, and no, I don't have a relationship. No, I don't know the McCabes, and no, I don't have a relationship with the Alberts. Shut up before I slap you. Do not piss me off. The answer to that question was, I don't know the McCabes, and I have a cordial working relationship with at least one Albert, but I know them. They've been at my parents' house. When I first started watching this trial, of course, I didn't know anything about it. And I know people are in my comments thinking I've been down the rabbit holes and I've only come to this conclusion because of conspiracy theories. I have only watched what they have presented in court. And when I first started watching it, I thought that everybody in town Everybody in Canton was in on this. What is happening? Now, after listening to Trooper Paul and Trooper Buchanan, and I mean, not Paul, Proctor, because I'm listening to Paul now. After listening to Proctor and Buchanan, and even Paul, I'm on his direct examination. I no longer think that. I think something happened in that house. And now, all the police officers around them are just covering up for their police buddies. Now, some of you say that would make no sense because John O'Keefe himself was an officer. But I don't think he was part of that in crowd. I don't think he was part of that in crowd. This case makes me cringe. It makes me cringe because imagine if Karen Reed did not have the money to fight this case. Imagine if she saw all of this and she said, there's no way I can beat them, even though she may have not done anything. She takes the deal and we never find out about any of this. This video is getting long. I'm going to have to go live and talk about it because I have so much to say. I have notes. I have pages and pages of notes about Proctor. And I need to go through every single step. I need to get it off my chest because otherwise it makes me feel heavy. It makes me feel sick to my stomach that this is the justice system that I so want to be a part of. But not like this. This, what's happening down there in Massachusetts, is not okay. It's not okay, and I want to say that it's not normal. But I'm almost afraid I can't say that. I am on day 26. And I have made it to Trooper Paul. And I have some things to say, as always. We can talk about Trooper Paul. We can talk about the idiotic things that he had to say. But I don't think that's where we need to land, right? This case has taken me from disbelief to anger to sadness. And now I am firmly in fear of what's going on down there in Massachusetts. And I'm going to tell you why. Trooper Paul is quite possibly the dumbest dummy that ever did dumb. Okay? He's pretty fucking stupid. But that's not the issue. We could talk about all the stupid shit he said all day long because there was a bunch. Okay? There was a lot of it. Why I'm in fear is because the DA saw how dumb he was and still used him as their expert witness, which tells me a couple things. It tells me it's the best they had to prove what they're trying to prove. Because you have to understand, the DA's office has the power of the state behind them. They have unlimited resources. They could have went out and got the toppity tip top accident reconstructionist and to prove what they thought happened if it really did happen. Instead, they went and got Stuttering Stanley. And they went and got him because he would get up on the stand and say what they needed him to say. And that's scary because he was not just dumb on cross. He was dumb on direct. That means he was dumb in every conversation y'all had with him. And y'all still went, yeah, let's do this, my boy. I'm afraid. I'm afraid for the people in Massachusetts because they did this and they did not care what you think. They don't care what you think about it. They don't care that you hear him being dumb. They don't care. I really need to get to the end of this trial because I really need to know what these jurors were hung up on. Because if Trooper Paul was not all the reasonable doubt you needed, I need to know, what did you need? What if you still have some sort of version of events that would make you say guilty in this case, then you were never going to say not guilty. And I feel like the judge should be granting an order for dismissal. I don't know if they asked for one. I'm sure they did after testimony. But after Trooper Paul, a judge should have been like, yeah, I don't think y'all have enough to convict beyond a reasonable doubt. That's going to have to be the end of that. This man, quite possibly. And then you know what? I started off thinking, so he's just dumb. Maybe he's not in the corruption. He's just dumb. That quickly changed because as an expert, you're supposed to say, I got in this data, I plugged in my formulas, I did what I do, I applied my expertise, and these are the results I got. So if the data changes, your opinion should change. And when Jackson says, well, if I give you different data, does your opinion change? And he says, no. Oh, okay. So the story that she hit him with her car was going to fit any narrative you got. And that's why they put him on the stand. And that is terrifying. Terrifying. I'm on day 26, y'all. So I'm in the office today. Apparently they like to see my face around here. I don't know why. But of course I'm watching the trial because I'm obsessed, addicted, if you will. Got to see it through. I am on day 29. And I realized I haven't said much about Judge Kanoni. I think that's how you say her name. I really haven't said much about the judge. Mainly because my gripes with her have been stylistic issues. Like, I just don't like her style. I don't like that she comes on the bench after the jury, which means every time they need something, they have to go to sidebar stuff that they can handle before the jury gets there. But they can't because she's not on the bench yet and the jury's already there. That's a style choice. I don't like that she says, I'll allow it instead of sustained or overruled. I'll allow it feels like you're doing me a favor. I don't know why it just makes my skin crawl. I don't like it. I don't like when judges say, I'll allow it. You're not allowing anything. Either the objection is sustained or it's overruled. You're not doing me a favor by allowing it. Anyway, that's a style issue, right? I don't like that she interrupts the defense and tells them to move on when they have a clearly non-cooperating witness. Don't make me move on. Make the witness answer the question. But, again, style issue. Until I got to day 27, 28. And they were doing the voir dire of the defense experts. And it started to feel very familiar. Very familiar. Because the question she's asking of these defense experts, you would never ask Trooper fucking Paul. Because he would never fucking know. This doctor that the defense had was way overqualified to speak on the things she was speaking about. And the judge almost looked at her like a little peon. And it started to feel like, wait a minute. Are you in on the coup? Are you in on the mess that's going on? I hope not. I hope it's just a style thing. But it gave me pause. But now I'm on day 29. And I realize why the medical examiner has not testified yet. My suspicions were correct. Because the medical examiner is now testifying. And she literally said on the bench, on direct, these injuries are not consistent with the pedestrian accident. I'm sorry, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I'll tell you why we're here. Because Trooper Proctor, that idiot, made a decision based on information he got from Jen McCabe, and everybody else just followed that trail. And anybody who differed from that trail, they did not want to hear from, which is why he called the medical examiner a nut job, when in actuality, you're the dummy here. And you've wasted all of these resources on something that the medical examiner is saying did not happen. In the famous words of me, is y'all cool? I finished Karen Reed. I finished the trial. I watched the entire trial, all testimony, all exhibits, the closing arguments, and I'm still lost. I'm still lost. Not lost in the way you may be thinking. I'm lost in how this jury was hung. There's no way, after looking at everything in this trial, you got Karen Reed did it beyond a reasonable doubt. If nobody else, the last two ARCA experts would have did it for me. They seem like the smartest people in this trial. And they're not attached to anybody. See, because what would have done it for me, what would have started my slow descent into being on the defense side, is the fact that everybody who testified for the prosecution is some way connected to either the McCabe's, the Alberts, or the state police department. They didn't find one independent expert to say the things they wanted them to say. And the one person who was slightly, not really, usually on the side of the state, the medical examiner, even she was like, I can't give that to you. The Karen Reed trial is some of the most egregious miscarriages of justice I have seen in a very long time. And I have started to watch some of the pretrial motions. And I don't know, but Judge Bev is giving me Glanville teeth. I don't know. I have not watched any of the pretrial before the first trial stuff, but I'm wondering, and I'm sure y'all will tell me, whether or not they asked for a recusal of Judge Canoni. I would restart that motion if I were them. Just watching the couple of things I've seen, particularly the motion or the motion day when she had a grave concern about something the prosecution has brought, but you never have a grave concern about anything the defense brings to you. And all should be grave concerns. They all should be grave concerns. Particularly the write-up she did for the defense medical expert, and I can never remember her name, I apologize, but how she writes in her write-up that it was a very close call. It was a very close call. But for the prosecution expert, he meets all the steps, it's fine, he's going to testify. I can't wait till this new trial starts. I want to see how everybody's testimony changes again, because you know it will. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm stuck now. I gotta go. For the long haul. We in it. We in the trenches together. Here we go. So, Proctor was fired. Fired is crazy. Wait. Hold on. No. Back it up. Dishonorably discharged. That's insane. In the words of my esteemed colleague, Esquired, this is the defense attorney's dream. Because how are you prosecuting this case when the lead investigator was dishonorably discharged for things he did on said case. Do you know, Jackson, is every person that gets on the stand, he's going to be like, did you know Proctor was dishonorably discharged? Did you know that he was fired? Oh, did you hear that to Proctor, the one who was fired? I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I know there's a hearing going on right now today. I'm about to go watch it because I wonder if they're going to either extend the trial. Like, I don't see an April 1st date. I think those prosecutors need to find a way to come at this. They need to find a way to come at this. They need to figure out what they're going to do, because I don't see a world where they can't call Proctor. They have to call him. And you know, I'm asking, weren't you just fired? Where you work at? This is crazy. Somebody's cleaning house. Somebody's cleaning house. But then again, we got to go back to those Karen Reed should go to prison people. How do you not have reasonable doubt when the lead investigator was fired?